Hey guys, all right, welcome back for another video. It is dark already. Well, I guess it's 7, so it's starting to get darker earlier here in the PNW. I'm sure it's the same for most of you. But yeah, so today we are going to do a fun Dutch pour, and I was out riding my dirt bike today, and all of the fall colors just made me want to do kind of a fall color themed, kind of thing. And when I was looking at all the trees and the branches and just, the flowers and all of the shrubs and everything out there in the forest, I was like, it would be really cool to do like a Dutch pour, but starting off with, kind of like the greens and then going into the reds and the oranges. And then I have some gold and iridescent, I think it's iridescent copper and then iridescent orange. Yeah. So I'll be going over all of my colors. I'll probably switch the camera angle so that you can actually get a little bit of a better view of the color. But yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna do a Dutch pour, kind of mixing things up a little bit. I don't do a whole lot of Dutch pours a lot of times, but I think we're gonna do a couple. I have one that's also in my brain that's just like a blowout, and I kind of wanted to do, I think Molly did this at one point. No, I don't think so. She did cities, where she did like a blowout for a couple, and it was a commission piece, and I remember watching it and thinking it was really cool. But they had picked 4 cities, I think it was, and then she kind of went and did a blowout based off of those like colors and that were kind of like prominent in whatever city that they picked. I know one of them was Chicago, which came out really cool, and then there was another one that was kind of more in the mountains. But what I'm thinking of doing is doing it seasonal, which could be super fun. And we can start with the fall one, and then I'm kind of thinking going into the winter, lots of blues, but then you can throw in maybe some Christmassy colors, and then getting into the spring and then summer. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe do like a little mini series. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, all right, so I think I got the camera angle set up correctly. These are the colors that I'm thinking of using. I may or may not use this one. This is a Modern Masters kind of iridescent pearl white. And then let's dive in. Okay, so this is Petio iridescent orange. And this is the Windsor Galeria pale olive. This is Lucas Krill's green earth. I gotta mix them up a little bit. Don't shake these because you will get tons of air bubbles, and it is very difficult to get them out, and it can mess up your painting. This is Phthalo Green by Golden Fluids. Be careful. If you use this, it can take over a painting very, very easily. So just use it in moderation and keep that in mind. This is Amsterdam Naphthol Red? I don't know. Naphthol Red. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Somebody can correct me. This is Creative Inspirations Cadmium Orange. This is Charvin Chartreuse. It's kind of a yellowy green color. And then we've got one of my favorites of all time. Sarah Taylor turned me on to this, and this is Pineapple Crush by Color Art. And I don't know about anybody else, but I am digging those color art. And then the Stuck Up Piggies, those are awesome. I love them. I can't wait to get more. This is Burnt Orange by, Modern Masters, also one of my favorite colors. It's so pretty. And then we've got 2 different golds. One's kind of darker, and I just did it to myself. Don't shake them. Try to roll them. I do a horrible job about that. This is one of the other color arts. It's a sassafras, but it looks very gold. And then this is Modern Masters Pharaoh Gold. to get some highlights. And then my base paint is just a Creative Inspirations titanium white, and mixed in a Dutch consistency, which is, it's a little bit thicker than, you know, something like a pearl pour or something like that, but it's not nearly as thick as, you know, a bloom or anything like that. But you kind of have to find a good consistency for your Dutch blooms, just so that they don't kind of like fall apart. A great example, and I'm gonna show you this because it has been a process, and I used to think it was just me having issues, but this is a great example of when you try to do a Dutch pour and your paint is too thin, okay? And basically this started out looking really, really pretty. And then as it spread out and was drying, it kind of fell apart, if you would. So this is getting scratched. This is actually what we're gonna be painting over today because it was super thin. So I hopefully will have, you know, no cracking or anything. And it's been sitting for at least 2 weeks. So it won't, you know, continue to cure at a slower rate on the bottom, and then the paint on the top at a different one, because then you can get your cracking and crazing and, you know, all that nastiness. So, but yeah, I wanted to show you this because this is an example of what happens when your paint's too thin. So if you're getting this, thicken up your paints a little bit. You can use some Elmer's glue. You can throw in a little Floetrol. You can add in a little bit of extra paint, but if you're using a tube paint, don't just dump a whole bunch of tube paint into your bottles, because you're just gonna have a big clump that is never going to become anything. So when you put your paint in these, make sure that they're already mixed up. I use, I'll actually show you, I use these guys right here. They're just off Amazon. And you don't have to use these, but I use these a lot because it's got the measurements here. And then if I'm doing like a pearl cell or something like that, then I use my actual, it's like a little digital scale, like what you'd have in the kitchen. So, all right, but that's my colors. This is the fail. Hopefully the next one's good. And let's get you down on the canvas and let's get painting. Okay, everybody. So I've got all of my colors here. I had to put a few in these little cups because I did a consistency check, just because, you know, this one didn't work out very well. And I'd already thickened up my paints in the bottle, but it seemed too runny. And so what I did, because they were pretty full in the bottles, I had just filled them probably like 2 weeks ago when I did a bunch of paint mixing. And so what I did is I just took them and squirted some in the cups, and then I added a little Floetrol because I don't have any glue. So that is why you're going to see me use some of these. And then I apologize for my sniffles. My allergies are in high gear right now. But yeah, let's get this flooded and then we'll get started.
Drowned too deep, no strength to fight. My God, so good, let me go yourself.
Okay, canvas is flooded. So let's talk some composition. I see. So this is a 15 by 30 inch canvas, and so it's not super big, but I'm kind of thinking either going straight here and then having like a couple little wispies. Usually the squeeze bottles are better for this just because you can be a little bit more precise. Not that you can't do it with the cups, but decisions. Don't want to do that. Maybe I'll do that, like diagonally across. Or maybe like I said, maybe going this way, and then that way. We'll start with that. I kind of messed myself up there, didn't I? Okay. So since I did that, maybe we'll do one like that. I'll go out to there. And I literally told you to go easy on the Stalo blue green by Golden, and I just kind of started off with a whole bunch of it. And oh shoot. Okay. I had a dodo moment. I was gonna do lines or sections where it kind of went into, dang it. See, this is what happens when I get too excited. Do I change my plan? Or do I just kind of scrape this part off and then add more white? Because I already kind of did. Yeah, nope. I think that's what we're gonna do. Is this gonna be easier? No, that's probably not easier. Okay, move my paint so that I don't further mess myself up. Let's do this. Okay. Ruh-roh. Had a little bit of an oopsie. I probably could have left that part, but that's okay. That is okay. So some of this face paint. Hopefully I've got enough face paint and I don't have to make out more. That would be annoying. Maybe by the skin of my teeth, I may have just enough. To get this here. It's in the white. I can always go back in and kind of touch it up too to save some paint. I can't believe I did that. Can you guys believe I did that? Actually, I can believe I did that because I'm such a squirrel. Especially when it comes to painting. Well, I shouldn't say that. When it comes to anything, I'm just a squirrel. You can ask my fiance. Major squirrel. Okay. A little bit of green in there, it's okay. It's not a problem. We will make this work. Maybe. Let's get rid of that. Oh no, it's streaking. Bugger. Oh, bugger. Trying to be very light-handed here. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll probably do this the opposite direction. So we'll probably, my watch just told me to stand up. I'm already standing up. What we'll do is we'll kind of start at this end, and then we can kind of go from there, I think. I think that should work. My only concern is if I'm starting here, that will probably get covered, and we should be good. Okay, so we're gonna go here, 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 and there. Okay. I'm going to kind of overlay some of the colors to allow them to mix and see how much easier the squeeze bottles are. Gold. Oh. There we go. Okay. I like gold. Stuff. All right. And this is the chartreuse. Ooh, that was a lot of chartreuse. This is the pineapple crush. This is the sassafras. That should be good. Try to see where all my colors are, making sure I've got enough room for them. Okay. And then I'm gonna do it again, just to make sure I've got enough paint on here, which I probably do. I probably have too much, but it's okay. We will blow anything excessive off. A little bit of gold just all through. This is going back in with the chartreuse. I don't know if I overlaid that like I said I was going to, but this is the pineapple crush. Bring that just a little bit more into the orange. This is the other kind of gold color. It's the sassafras that I like so much from Color Art. I'm trying to get it where I get a blending of the colors, but then you also have some chunks of the actual color too. These are all super similar. So just adding some together. Oh, goodness. Sorry, my allergies are, like I said, kicking my butt today. So, okay. Let's torch. Okay. Moment of truth. Let's blow it out. And I'm thinking I'm going to start this direction. Oh, and I just stuck my cord in that. I am just a hot mess, y'all. A hot mess. Well, I don't know about hot, but I'm a mess. How's that? All right. So I'm low, I'm cool. See how this goes. I think I'm gonna do this. So. Nope, wrong button. So it didn't blend nearly as much as I thought it would, and I'm not digging this part because that color made it look kind of muddy, which I'm not a huge fan about. I also feel like I didn't really have enough paint, which is why it wasn't blowing very well. So I'm kind of thinking is we might make, it's gonna fall over. All right, we might make one more go of this because I'm just not digging it. Definitely not digging it. This part's not too bad, but I think we can make it better. So let's give it another go. And we're gonna do kind of some longer stretches, I think, of color. And I'm gonna use, maybe I won't, I don't think I'm gonna actually put that in. I didn't care for how that worked. All right, let's do some of this chartreuse, and I'm gonna actually bring this chartreuse into here. And then this into here. I didn't scrape it because we already had our initial little debacle. So I didn't really want to have to mix up more paint. I think that's better. I think that that's better. Let's just add maybe a little bit over here just to help it. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, this is better. Actually, I'm gonna come around here, I think. Oops. I'm not digging that. I'm not digging that at all. Now I like this section, and I dislike this one, and that's just a mess. Well, bugger. This is not working tonight at all. Dang it. Okay, well, what can I do? I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears. Instead of doing like, we're just gonna do a blowout. Because I can't keep really scraping. So I think what we're gonna do, yeah. So we're gonna do a blowout, but it's gonna be, hopefully this doesn't get too muddy. I know I liked that part, I'm sad to lose it, but otherwise, I don't think this is gonna turn out. It still might not turn out. And I'm not using any of that. Some of this chartreuse. Pineapple. Mix some. Orange. I already have quite a bit of that on there, so we probably don't need a whole bunch, but we're gonna be blowing. Oh, that's a big one. All right, I guess we're just gonna use them all up. And do that. And do that. All right, so then let's go back in with some gold. Sometimes this doesn't work. That's okay. And that just means you get to play around and experiment until you find something that works. And I wasn't, oh, don't do it, Charlotte. All right, I'm gonna do this. just for some highlights. Okay. Since this doesn't want to stay put, let's try this again. Not right. Too much paint on here. I definitely do. Way too much. Bye-bye. You gotta go. Sorry. Let's paint down here. It's kind of thin. Okay. Okay, not what I was going for, but I'm kind of digging it now. Okay. Definitely not bad. Not bad at all. I kind of wish that was just a little bit. Now watch, I'm gonna mess it up because I just keep fiddling. I don't know. I just feel like there's not quite enough. There we go. I feel like that's a little better because now some of the green is kind of like coming down into that.
Kinda simple, kinda wishful about things, and you're kinda simple, but like a pistol, you fire. Sometimes you get under my skin like a lover, and sometimes you don't wanna come back 'cause you'd rather stay out with another, talking to strangers and make out spontaneously. Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories about the drunk nights, bragging in the glory. You're such a nice guy when you're not just talking about yourself.
Okay, guys. So here is the wet result. Here is kind of an up top view. I'm gonna switch you over here. I'm standing on my stool because I'm so short. And really pretty cell reaction. Look at that. I'm trying to balance very precariously on this stool, so I'm trying to be as steady as possible. Really pretty. Oh, look at that. Really, really pretty. I love the this section right here. Don't put your finger in it, Charlotte. All right, guys. Well, I will bring you back for the dried results. Okay, guys, so here is the dried result. This one kind of made me work for it. Definitely didn't go as planned. The original plan was a Dutch pour, which, I mean, this is still a Dutch pour, but it's a blowout as opposed to a design, kind of probably what you've typically seen, or even something such as the wave that I did. So this is kind of not really, I guess, what I was going for this one, but instead it was gonna kind of just be like a blowout, like what I'm probably gonna mess up her last name, but Canela Sirocco does. That was the plan. And then I got too excited and wasn't paying attention and put down the color all the way across instead of doing a gradual green into like the yellows and the oranges and stuff for like the changing of the seasons. So didn't go as planned, but I really like it. Regardless, it's got tons of shimmer. And I'll take you in for a close-up. I think the only thing I can say about this is that I kind of wish I had maybe just a little bit more depth down here. It's got depth, but it just, I feel like I needed something maybe a little bit more down here to kind of bring it down. So I might do some dry touch-ups. We'll see. But that's the dry result, and stay tuned for the finished results with either, I'm thinking varnish for this one instead of epoxy, because it's kind of big, and with canvases you can kind of sink a little bit if it gets too heavy up top. So still debating, and if I decide to do any, you know, kind of like touch-ups or anything, then I'll try to record those, and hopefully no hiccups with, you know, the camera turning off, although I have a new phone, so that shouldn't be an issue. So but yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you in a bit.